Hello and welcome to 5 Minutes for 4 Weeks, a series in which I live stream myself practicing a song for 5 minutes a day for 6 days a week for 4 weeks, totaling 2 hours of practice time spread across 4 weeks, spread across 24 sessions to show what is possible with, albeit short, consistent practice and hopefully inspire the viewer to take on tasks perhaps seen as daunting as well. Today is day 24, the final day of practicing Heart of Gold for the series. Neil Young's Heart of Gold specifically. I've been working on this song the last 23 days of practice. So the last 23 days of streaming. I don't stream on Saturdays. Um, so I'm an hour and 55 minutes into practice. I'm around measure 8. I worked on the first 8 measures. A little bit of background about the practice. When I first started playing, I'm like, oh, this is easy. I'll be able to get through the whole piece potentially. And then, like, after playing the first 2 measures in sequence, as I thought it was supposed to be, I realized that measures that it's not just it's the same. It's first off, it's after the first 2 measures, it's not the same chords. But then even measures 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and 7 and 8 are not the same. There's differences in the rhythm. So I've been working on that. In retrospect, it might have been more impressive to do to play just the same rhythm and get through the whole piece. But whatever, as I mentioned yesterday, it's nice to mix things up once in a while. So or more than once in a while. So this is a piece more about different rhythms. So it's a good practice. It's a good exercise. The reason I chose this piece is because this is the 50th song that I've been doing. I began is it under 4 years ago? 2020, right? I'm thinking 19, 20. Yes, it's under 4 years, almost 4 years ago. I think another 2 months or so will be 4 years. But it's 13. It's a little over 13 songs a year. So that's how that math works out, right? Because 52 weeks divided by 4 is 13 and a half. Yeah. Okay. So every 2 years is 27 years. Is every 2 years 27 songs. So that makes sense. Basically, is it 4? I mean, maybe I began in November or something, but I guess song 54 would be 4 years, something like that. Anyway, I don't plan on playing past measure 8. I have not learned past measure 8. And I'm probably going to practice 5 through 6, 1 through 6, 7 through 8, and then try 6 to 7 to 8, and then try playing that. I'd probably play those things along with the music, and then try connecting it all with the music as well. I do want to put the timer on count up rather than count down, just in case. I have this thing about the last day that technically it's 2 hours of practice, and then I allow myself to perform thereafter. So if I spend if I spend 5 minutes practicing today and then spend a little bit of time trying to give the performance rather than actually practicing anything new, I feel like that's okay. But let's see how that goes. Hopefully I won't need the extra 5 minutes. Hopefully I'll be able to stop the clock at 5 minutes. But let's see how it goes. Quotation of the day. The heart must have its time of snow to rest in silence, then to grow. I feel like this is one of those quotations. It doesn't have to have its time of snow, but like sometimes it happens, and this is just a nice way of thinking about it. That plants go dormant, and then they come back in the spring. So too, a broken heart or whatever it is, needs time to just lay fallow as well. Okay. I'm about to begin. I'm just getting the bookmark ready. Okay. Pulling up the song and okay, here we go. get the timer going. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself also. My audio. I was counting that rhythm incorrectly, so I'm just working on that now. Measure 9, measure 8 rather. The rhythm's not perfect, but the chords are right. So I want to go in now. It's 5 minutes already, so I want to just try to perform it now with the music a few times possibly. Not terrible, but not. Let's see if I can do better. Those last three takes were pretty good. I don't think any of them were 100% accurate, but they were still. Um, it was good considering that I've only been practicing for, including these the last 5 minutes. It's under 2 hours and 5 minutes. It was basically 2 hours of practice. Then I stopped and said, "Okay, let's just perform now." And I wasn't like practicing any like specific part over and over. I was just trying to go start to end. So that was like considered the performance. 5 minutes. Um, but also, I didn't want to like the performance. The performing itself is a form of practice. So I don't want to overdo it and just keep performing for like 5 hours and say, "Oh, it's not practice, it's performance." But that's pushing it. That's practice also. So I wanted to keep it kind of short. Just didn't want to go over 5 minutes. So another 6 seconds would have been 5 minutes. So I just stopped it there. I think any of the last three takes are potential. Like the whole point when I began the series was to do a little compilation of days 1 through 24, like the important points, just to show the progress. And I call it the printed version because I'm planning on saying, okay, print that whatever the one I did at 8 minutes. I like that one, so I'm gonna print that one and compare that to day one. Haven't really gone around. Have not really. I have not gotten around to that aside from the first song, "Close My Eyes Forever." So it's something I would like to do though. It would be a lot of work just because especially the later songs I've been doing talking in addition to just the playing. There's a lot of footage to go through, but I think it serves a good purpose. I think for a lot of people who have issues with perfectionism, um, I feel like this series is a good way to see that you can share your work and make something impressive even if it's not perfect. Someone asked me last night, "What do you do?" And I said, or something like she asked me like in terms of like creativity, music, or whatever art. Something like she's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I make like I what do I say? I live stream, I film it, or I'm like I live stream myself making mistakes on YouTube." It's like that's basically FFF in a nutshell. But it's not. I mean, it's more than that. It's about progress. But it's about showing the parts that most performers would edit out to to show that it is a progress and it is a process, and it's not just you pick up a lot of yes, sure, a lot of musicians can play without practice, but even and even my mom, who is music teacher, master's in music education, I give her a piece sometimes to play, and she has to like look at it and figure a part of it out before she's able to play the whole thing fluently. And eventually she can, but it's not always just sit down and play it like it's your first language. It's almost like reading English as your first language, but there's some really tricky word. Oh, it's like coming across the word combine, and you're not sure if it's combine or combine kind of thing. Um, and you have to like go through like once or a few times, read the rest of the context, and be like, okay, I got that. Same thing with the music. Even the more skilled musicians, a lot of times, it is a process for them. And then if they do share the video, it's only the equivalent of day 24 or day 25 even. So that's the point of the series, is to show all the work that goes into it. I'll let you know that even if it's not coming to you right away on day one, just keep plugging at it. And I mean, this is the 50th time I've done. Oh, I forgot to say that. The reason I chose the song "Heart of Gold," even though I did not know it, is because it was my mom's idea. Because this is my 50th FFF piece. I did mention that in the beginning, right? So that's why it's around 4 years. This is my 50th song doing FFF. And the gold anniversary, the 50th anniversary, is symbolized with gold. So my mom suggested that. Also, I'm on a list with Sister Golden Hair, which I like, and would have been a good choice, but I played that already. And it's funny at the beginning, that dun 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 dun, that 1 2 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Was I playing that wrong? 1 and 2 and 3 and no. Oh, that's what it was. It's dun 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 dun. 1 and 2 and 3 and. I'm not sure if I was playing that right. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, whatever. I was, but it reminds me of what's it called? Sister Golden Hair, just from the single notes and then to the strumming the whole chord. And that rhythm. It was a little bit different, but it's funny. Just I thought about the song, and it also was a potential piece because of the gold. In theory, except that I did it already. Any other thoughts? Do I want to continue this piece? I don't know. Maybe it's just this introduction is really draining. And it's like if I was if I was to devote more than 5 minutes a day to it, I get through it a lot faster. If I said this a few weeks ago even, like if I'm able to tell myself if I practice this for an hour a day, at the end of the week I'll know it. Would I still do it? Yeah, possibly, but even a little bit more than possibly, something more than possibly, but less than probably, maybe a little bit stronger than maybe though. There's a good chance to call it that. And then I could mention after this is very simple. Yeah, so let's do that. I'm gonna continue practicing this piece. So it's just a fun piece to have, especially if there's someone like sitting around a bonfire kind of thing, or just in a circle of friends, and someone has a harmonica. It's a fun thing to do, to have, do the two of you together. So that's this piece. Overall, I'm proud of how far I got. It's only 8 measures, but it was a little tricky. Every piece I play, I learn something. So if it's not a specific thing, it's just strengthening something else I've already learned. So I've learned with this piece as well. Just in terms of what have I learned with this piece? Hammer-ons, counting irregular rhythms with 16th notes, because it's one thing to do 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E, and it's another thing to do 1 and a 2 and a actually that's easier, but 1 and a 2 and 3 and a 4 and a that was measure 6. Glad about this piece. So I hope to this is day 24. I hope to see you for day 1 of the next piece, Call Your Name, which I plan on playing on keyboard, which I have right over here. And then I plan on discussing this as I begin next week, Sunday, 7:40 a.m. Eastern Time. The general live stream schedule is Sunday through Friday, 7:40 a.m. Eastern Time. If anything comes up, I'm not able to make it. I can, if you're on my email list, I'll let you know ahead of time. Or actually, I think I'll let you know. The ahead of time thing is if I do the session ahead of time, then I send you the link ahead of time, and if not, then I just do a double session, like another day kind of thing. Something like that. So thank you everyone who joined. Hope to see you all again for the next piece. I Call Your Name, 7:40 a.m. roughly on Sunday. It might be a little bit longer. I'm just thinking because it takes time to set up. It's the keyboard and everything. I have to plug it in. It's a new song. It's an introduction. I have to read up a little bit of background, etc. So I might actually, if I don't get up early enough to get that all done by like 7:50, including the playing, I might just do it after, like closer to 9. See how that goes though. So I can keep you all posted. But hope to see you anyway for the next piece. A reminder, so I already chose a song for song number 51, but feel free to make a request for song number 52. Wishing you all a great day. And about the song, there's a list in the description section. There's a link in the description section with a list of songs from which you can make those requests. Wishing you all a great day and a great weekend. To those celebrating, a Shabbat Shalom. And as always, until next time and beyond, keep practicing.